G'day guys, today I'm going to talk about some simple tips that I put into play for an effective day and a game day with our T-ballers. Just some simple little hacks that are going to help you out and make it a little bit smoother for you guys in your game day with the T-ballers, because I tell you what, it's like herding cats, especially at the start. If you can get them to run in the right direction, you're winning. So my first tip is come with a plan. Just like a training session, a game, you need to have a good plan. You need to have your lineup planned out. You need to make sure you know who's playing where. You need to know your batting order. And that way you can make sure that everybody else knows what's going on as well. You can have everything set up before they get there, and you know what's going to happen before it happens in terms of fielding changes, what equipment's needed, etc, etc. On the back of having a good plan, my next tip would be make sure you've got enough people and enough help. This can sometimes be easier said than done, but you need to try hard and you need to try and get some parents out there to help you. You need yourself to go up and help the batter hit. You need 2 base coaches, one on first, one on third, and then you need a dugout manager. So these can all these other 3 can just be parents who are helping you out. Just tell them they get the best spot in the game, they get the best seat in the house. So you need, these little kids are going to need help to know when to run, where to run, etc, etc. So get someone on first, someone on third, someone on the dugout to make sure that everyone's batting in their order and they're not wrestling too hard, and then you'll be out there with the hitter. So my third tip brings the first 2 things together. So we want our plan and we've got our helpers. So let's make sure that our helpers can help us and make it easy for them to help us to the best of their ability. And I like to do that by printing out my lineups and bringing them with me. I print out a copy of the lineup for every coach that I've got. So I've always got 4 helpers. I always print out 4 copies of my lineup. That way, when it's time to herd the cats out onto the field, it's we all know what's happening. We've all got a copy of the lineup in our hands. We can all help take a couple of kids out and show them where they're standing. Especially when they first start, these kids have got no idea where to go. So you need all 4 of you guys hustling them out onto the field so they're into position. This makes the game flow so much easier when people know what's going on. If you can get your team out within 60 seconds back onto that field, I'm telling you, I guarantee you will come across some other teams that just don't follow these principles, and they're flopping around trying to get their kids out on the field, and it takes them 2 or 3 minutes. And nothing kills the momentum of a game quicker than having to wait for the other team to get out on the field for 3 or 4 minutes. So come with a plan and have one printed out for everybody. So another quick little tip is to write the numbers on the back of the hands of the kids in the batting order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to however many you've got. That way you can tell them to go and sit in their order. They can work it out. They can go and sit next to their buddy with the next number, and it's easy to keep them in order. And it makes it easier for that parent helper or whoever you've got helping you as the dugout manager to know who's up next without having to glance at their lineup every time. Another little trick that one of my coaches has brought into our team over the last couple of years is he brings a bucket. He gets buckets at the start of the season, just nice cheap ones from wherever you can find them the cheapest, and he puts their name of each player on the bucket, and we sit that in front of them in the lineup in the dugout, and then they put their drink bottle, their glove, their bat, their helmet, whatever else they might have, goes straight in the bucket. So everybody knows after a couple of weeks of training and a couple of weeks of practicing at the games, the kids get used to bringing all their stuff in, putting it in the bucket. Grab it out of the bucket, out they go to the field. I'll tell you what, if you don't use this system, you're going to find out pretty quick how long it takes a kid to find a glove that he had on his hand 5 minutes ago. Somehow it's disappeared into a black void. Another tip for you guys is to make sure that you get your team there about 30 minutes before the game for a good warm-up. With T-ballers, you get them there 30 minutes before the game, but you know, by the time they drag their feet and they're all mucking around and finish wrestling, it's probably about 20 minutes you've got for a bit of a warm-up. And you want to be able to run around the bases, you want to be able to roll a couple of balls to them, get them throwing, you know, if you've got time, you can do a couple of hits off the tee, just so you get the kids in the rhythm, so that they get in the zone, so they know what's happening. If you tell your kids to show up at game time, A, I guarantee some of them are going to be late every single week, and B, they're just not going to be in the zone yet. It's going to take them half the game to get into the zone and realise, okay, I'm playing baseball now, I'm playing T-ball now. So get them there early, have a plan, make sure you're set up before them. If they're getting there 30 minutes early, you need to be there 40 minutes early, so you can get your little mock-up set of bases put out and your cones and whatever else you're going to do for warm-up. Play a little game if you want to. All right, but yeah, have a plan, get them there early, get them warmed up and ready to go. We usually pull up our warm-up about 5 to 10 minutes before the game starts. We put our numbers on our hands, everyone gets lined up, puts their stuff in their bucket, and we're sitting there ready to go with a couple of minutes to spare before the game starts. So my last little tip for today would be you get a Player of the Week award. Sometimes your club might supply you with Player of the Week awards. Like us, RBI, we give out Player of the Week awards to any of the clubs in Australia. If you're looking for some of those, we can give you some. But also, what I like to do with my team, and even if you don't have a Player of the Week award, is find something. Find an old trophy of yours, find a chain, find something that's the cooler the better. The cooler, the funnier, the hilarious, the better. And get that and make that your Player of the Week award. Okay? Kids will love it. Kids absolutely love it. They love winning the chain, they love winning the ring, they love winning the trophy. Get photos with it. It's a fantastic way to recognise some kids and also motivate them through the game, saying, well, I'm watching for who's cheering the best today because I'm going to give the award out for the best cheering. Player of the Week awards work wonders. Kids love it. So that's just a couple of quick tips for you guys. If any of you guys have got some suggestions, I'll tell you, there'd be thousands of them out there. We've got heaps of experienced coaches out there. The way I do it isn't always the best way, but it's the way I find effective, and I'd love to hear how you guys do it. If you guys got any questions or you got any suggestions or any ways that you guys try and make a game day effective, I'd love it if you left it in the comments. That's it for today's episode of RBI Australia Inside the Game. Thanks for tuning in. If you picked up something new, make sure to share it with your team or hit replay. We'll be back soon with more tips, drills and insights to help you level up. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, train smart, play hard and keep growing that game.